Students in Hamilton County issue emotional pleas to the school board as they ask for members to reinstate mental health services.
Board members say there is indeed a plan to get those services back, but they say they want to work through a bid process before they make a final decision. Thanks for watching. I'm Josh Rowe.
And I'm Kim Chapman-Whitfield. There are several highlights to get to tonight.
In fact, at one point, students stood in defiance of Chairman Joe Smith after he asked them to sit down.
The last meeting, we had a lot of people standing on the walls, so I had requested with security that we had no one standing. And so that's why I asked that you sit, please. At the pleasure of the chair.
But they're not on the walls, though.
Ms. Jones, I've asked everyone to be seated in the room.
Students continued to stand for nearly another minute before they eventually sat down there.
Meantime, several adults spoke about their own struggles with mental health.
And they shared strong words with board members about what they described as failure.
I was at Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the night before, I had seriously, strongly considered suicide. And I told the pastor that morning. What I didn't know is that he had gone to grad school with one of the guidance counselors at my school and told him,
"You have failed to represent us and have chosen to advance an ideology that is unacceptable."
But the board members who voted against an immediate reinstatement of Centerstone services insist they have students' best interests in mind.
News Channel 9's Sarah Hauer is live from outside the school board with a look at what could happen next. Sarah, good evening.
Kim, Josh, right behind me is where dozens of students filled the room earlier today, sharing stories and asking the Hamilton County School Board to make mental health access a priority.
My life, as I knew it, ended with my brother.
Student Ada Herndon says her family will never be the same after losing her brother to suicide.
Everything I am now is not who I was. Every room I go in, every place I sit, every color I see looks wrong, is wrong, feels wrong.
Herndon was one of nearly 40 students who spoke at tonight's Hamilton County School Board meeting, all calling for better access to mental health counselors in their schools.
Be aware that we are in a time of critical levels of mental health crisis in our country, in our state.
This comes months after the district ended its contract with Centerstone, following debate over website materials some board members say promoted a certain ideology. But Centerstone says those materials were not distributed in schools.
Eat all my paper. Freedom. They matter.
Tensions ran high during a public comment.
Mr. Hampton, I don't appreciate you going back, so if you would please ask him to leave the room.
Head of Hamilton County School Democrats, Reed Hampton, was escorted out after challenging board member Joe Smith, who asked him not to mention Centerstone.
You've given us a speech, which I appreciate. We'll follow along. Do not make the last statement.
Board member Ben Connor had proposed reinstating the mental health provider, but his amendment was pulled. Leaders say they'll instead move forward with a request for proposals to bring new providers, a process that could take several more weeks. District leaders say they hope to approve new providers by November, with expanded services set to begin next school year. Live in Hamilton County, Sarah Hauer, News Channel 9.
Sarah, thank you. Here's a look at how the district plans to work through that bid process. Board members voted to approve a committee to discuss the bids, but they added several changes. The first change allows 2 student board members, Star and Ryan, to serve on the committee, although they do not have voting powers. The other change allows both a principal and a teacher to serve on the committee as well.
Meantime, board member Jill Black wondered whether the school board's lack of a mental health care provider violated the law.
Know enough about IEPs and 504s to know that there are students in Hamilton County who specifically have Centerstone written services written into their IEPs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Bennett. Are we currently breaking the law by not providing those services?
If it's an IEP service, a Hamilton County employee is required to be providing that. There's no set of circumstances where we should be contracting with Centerstone to provide IEP-specific services.
Now, the phrase IEP refers to an individualized education program which provides a legal plan that schools must follow for students with disabilities.